Lingerie Miley, really, for the married man. Hey guys, and welcome to Insecure finale recap review. Before we begin, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget that I co-host a podcast called Brunchism that you can find on SoundCloud and in the little iTunes podcast app. Just search in Brunchism and subscribe. So the pre-opener that we always get for Insecure starts off with Issa like walking around Inglewood and seeing all these white people basically taking over the city, which let me tell y'all, I'm from LA and that shit is dumbass true. My mom actually lives in Inglewood, like right by the cemetery, by the Forum, all over there. That shit is really changing. If you riding down Manchester and you hit a right where all of those like Afrocentric black owned stores selling incense and shit, like most of that shit is gone already. So that's something that's very true, something that's happening right now in a bunch of inner cities across America. So I just want to say, to start off this episode, I was dumbass confused. I thought my TV was skipping or something. I'm like, why the fuck are we focused on I'm looking at the clock like we've been on Lawrence for a long time and everything just jumping around. It took me like a second too long to realize that we was gonna break everything down character by character on this week's episode. We start off the episode with Lawrence. They're at this, him and Aparna, which I finally learned her name is not a porno, but I'm still gonna say that because it sounds better to me. But they're doing this marathon run or whatever. He see Issa and Miley in the cut looking at a picture like this. So my first thought was they seen this nigga running from around the corner and they were like, you know what, we don't want to make this awkward, we don't want to be looking, so let's just pretend like we all up in our phone and shit, because it just didn't look authentic. So that's what I thought, but of course I turned out to be wrong. So we see Lawrence and Aparna, like just their relationship developing. Lawrence is showing a bunch of signs of being a jealous ass nigga because he still got his feelings hurt with Issa because he hasn't given himself time to heal. Like let's really think about this nigga Lawrence for a second. He got out of a relationship with Issa, then he started messing with Bank Bae, Tasha. He was using her as somebody to just hold him down while he still was getting his shit together, right? Then he jumps, that doesn't work out for like 2 episodes. He has a threesome, he feels used, and then now he's with Work Bae. Like he doesn't know how to be alone, just like most of you niggas that love to stick up for him. Y'all need a girl in your life to be your mother and your girlfriend or wife or whatever. Like you just need a girl to be babying you all the time. Like niggas need constant taken care of, and they don't know how to be by themselves. He hasn't been alone for more than 2 episodes throughout this whole season. And the porno is like, really, let me call her by her real name, Aparna. She is really like encouraging him to be a better nigga, to have his priorities in order. She talking to this nigga about work. They working out together and shit. I ain't seen him and Issa work out all of season 1. They working out together. She talking to him about work, about the things that he need to do to step up, about his apartment, telling him to get his priorities together. Like, nigga, how's you gonna have a TV without a couch? Like, she really is a good person. She's just with the wrong person. So Lawrence is getting hella jealous when she's talking about the old nigga that she used to fuck at the job, because of course he's getting flashbacks of being cheated on with Issa, or by Issa. And he also, it seems like he doesn't want to be used how she used the other guy, because the way that she talking about the other nigga is real, like she's like, yeah, we was fucking or whatever, like that was it. And he's like, damn, I don't want to just be phase number whatever in your life. Like that's how she making it come off. So you can see his insecurities coming out because he wants to, I guess he wants her to show him that she's more to him than just another work fuck. And we fast forward to Lawrence and the light-skinned crew, the light-skinned Migos. And they're all helping Lawrence put up his smart TV because he got a little money. You see the LG TV, you feel me? Netflix, Hulu, everything going up at Lawrence's little bachelor pad. He vented to his homies and shit about how old girl is flirting with the dude at work and it's really bothering him. His niggas is hyping him up like, nah, you don't stand for that shit. What she need friends for? Like, niggas are just awful. Just awful. Just because y'all always have these like hidden agendas and shit don't mean that girls do. We could actually have platonic friendships. We want to. You feel me? It's y'all that's always fucking that up. So don't be hyping Lawrence up to go talk to this girl. And then what happens when he does confront her? She told that nigga, this is your shit. not mine. And I will actually get out of the car and walk to my destination because I'm not dealing with it anymore. See, what we need to see is like a backstory for a partner. Like, what has she been through? We need to know what she's been through so the rest of the cast members can, you know, talk to her. Maybe she should be leading therapy or whatever so they could get their shit together, because she has been through something and she has learned what not to fuck with, because she smooth got out of that car in LA traffic. Let me tell y'all something. It was probably niggas honking at her, you feel me, homeless niggas all on the street, people trying to sell her DVDs and CDs and incense, and she didn't give a fuck. She said, I'm getting out of this car. Yo, old bitch is calling. You pressing me about a nigga that I'm talking to my sister. I can't deal with no sensitive niggas. I gotta go. I also find it a little fucked up how Issa is unknowingly not letting Lawrence move on. Like when he was fucking with Tasha, right? That's when he went over to the dunes and fucked her on the couch for all of 3 seconds. And then now he's with this new girl, and Issa just so happened to randomly call. Like they just got into an argument, so you know they're not cool. She just so happened to randomly call, and then she kind of ruined this for him too. So that's kind of tricky. But regardless, at the end of his 30 days, he still ended up back at the dunes and knocking on Issa's door. I was real mad when I found out I was wrong about Miley and Issa. But they were really just having an innocent conversation about Quentin. I keep wanting to call him Lil Rel, but I gotta remember that he's acting right now. But they were having an innocent conversation about Quentin. She talking about how he clearly flirted with her. She don't know or whatever. So Issa like, girl, let me see the picture. Boom, they looking at the picture. She compliment him on a beard, because you know we love our niggas in beards. And that's when Lawrence run by. Alright, so Miley is interviewing with different firms because, as you know, all season she's been feeling underappreciated at work with all of her like Connor and Bradley and Steve bosses and shit. She's sitting there just whoop whoop, smart, talking about a whole bunch of shit that I know nothing about. And she's really kicking it off with these black execs. So hopefully that's gonna be like her next move. So that's when her and Lil Rel, her and Quentin go out to dinner when Lawrence see her and she sees him. And he is trying his hardest to get out of the friend zone and make it to the end zone for that touchdown, okay? And she's like, oh no, friend. She hit him with that homie, like she dragged that shit out so he could know like, this is not happening. But then in the very next scene, they fucking. I just don't understand Miley. First of all, why did Quentin have half a bottle of Hennessy in his professional office? Like most people keep maybe like a little personal thing or maybe some wine, but this nigga came with the Hennessy out in the cup. Then he gonna shake it around like it's scotch. Like what? But back to this fucking thing. Miley, why did you have sex with him? Like, yeah, he's a nice guy. I'm not saying he don't deserve no pussy, but clearly Miley just wasn't feeling him, and that's okay. Some niggas are friend zoned just because you don't feel nothing for them. You don't have to feel something for this dude just because he's nice and he being nice to you and helpful. It just did, like, I don't see no sparks when I look at them. Why? One good thing to see though was that Miley went back to therapy, which was great. So she talking it out with her therapist. She checking herself on the shoulda, coulda, woulda, you a shoulda, coulda, woulda ass nigga, all of that. Can't even get out the damn therapy session without Dro texting, I miss you. All it takes is one text from this nigga to switch up her whole mindset. Like, you was good, you told him you done, you was moving on to be with another nigga, you back with getting things good in your workplace, you about to get a new job, you going back to therapy to get your mental together, and this nigga texts you one time and messes up everything. So now they're at Issa's house watching that damn show again about the fucking slaves that be having me cracking up. And this part was really more about Kelly to me, because Kelly was just checking everybody. She just telling how it is all the time, whether you like it or not. So they're discussing the differences between working for a white firm and a black firm. They bring up very good points. Working with black people, basically, niggas is gonna get too comfortable. They're gonna try you. They're gonna try to see what they can get away with, versus working with white people and having to like prove yourself or try not to be a stereotype and shit. All of that, important conversations, things that we have to go through as black people in the workplace. So when she gets to work for Steve, Connor, and Bradley, they like, yeah, we heard that you done been out here asking for new jobs and shit. You might be feeling unappreciated. We hear you. We got you. Take this little piece of Kinko's paper that I printed out for 76 cents on the colored nice paper as a reward with your name on it in a folder, because that's how much we want you to stay. I felt disrespected, and I know this is a damn show, Like, damn. So either y'all just really don't give a fuck if I stay and y'all doing this to make that clear, or y'all think that I'm fucking stupid and that this is all it's gonna take to get me to stay here. A piece of paper? Y'all didn't even offer me no type of bonus check or nothing. Like, that was mad disrespectful. Miley is definitely out of there. And then her 30 days ends with Issa calling her and Miley is in the bed. The other side of the bed is hella like all messed up. Her titties out and shit. So it definitely leaves some indication that somebody was in that bed with her. Somebody in the bathroom. So that's the indicator. But they don't show who that person is. So we don't know if it's Joe because he just texted her, or if it's Quentin because she just rode him in his fucking office. And finally we get to Issa's last 30 days. Her and Miley are at this race. They go to find Kelly because remember she texts Miley and Miley seen telling her to come to the front or whatever. So they thinking like, girl, we didn't even know this bitch was training. She done beat everybody. Wrong. She done perioded on herself. That's not funny because that's really tragic. She had on her all white Ivy Park outfit and she done perioded on herself. But also at the same time, Kelly, you a grown ass woman and I know, okay, I keep my period tracker on deck. I always know when my shit is coming. It never catches me by surprise, especially if you wearing all white and you go on the run. You're supposed to track your shit, know when it's coming. You can't, as a grown woman, you can't be caught slipping like that. And in this scene we also find out that Tiffany is pregnant. She let that look like slip right on in, or if she said that before, I just guess I wasn't paying attention, but she pregnant. It's clear now. So then they all just start hyping each other up like, bitch, you pregnant, bitch, you finna be like the top lawyer, bitch, you losing weight, you running marathons and shit. And then Issa is turned around and what does she see but Lawrence all happy and looking fit and shit, in shape with his bitch. She jumping on him and shit, they all kissing. Issa sitting there like, well damn nigga, we ain't never went to the gym together, like, well, why you didn't want to get fit with me? And then she turns back around to her friends trying to figure out something good to say that's going on with her life. So it's just kind of like a bunch of gut punches at once. So she just announces like, I'm moving, as if it's her choice, as if she's not broke. So then we go back to Issa at work with her weird ass boss. Issa done brought all of the Latina students to her actual work spot so that she won't have no type of beef with the vice principal at her school. So kind of she's trying to help everybody. Like she doesn't want to stop that program at the school because then the black kids won't get help, and you want to help them too, but also the school's demographic is mostly Latino, so you definitely want to make sure you help those students. So she was doing what she thought was best, but the boss just kept asking questions and Issa didn't want to like skip around anymore. She didn't want to get her friend in trouble, so she just told her the truth. The boss started chewing her out in front of the students. Now they supposed to be whispering or whatever, but this is not a conversation that you have in front of a bunch of nosy high school students, especially when the boss was talking about lawsuits and shit. Well, pull me outside and talk to me about this. Don't talk to me about this in front of the students. So anyway, Issa finna get in trouble at work, which is deserved. You know, it was about the shit that she was doing wasn't right. Let's just be real. So back to them at Issa's house. This is kind of the point where where Miley and Issa's stories meet, and then we just finish from there, like finish the rest of the 30 days or whatever. We back at the house watching the slave show. Kelly is talking about Tiffany being pregnant, eating the placenta. I just need to know, do people really do that? Because that shit sound nasty. That must be her. Never mind. But Issa's asking them to help her pack up some stuff or whatever, and they just keep ragging on her, which personally kind of made me uncomfortable. Like, I didn't like, she clearly going through a tough time right now. She clearly the poorest out of all of y'all, and I know friends be making fun of each other and shit, but this just isn't the time. Like, she down, my nigga, just help me pack up my glasses. Stop fucking talking. But when they told her to move to Lancaster, I about fell out. If you're from LA, you know that was just the perfect city to say for the situation that Issa's in. Yeah, she need to go ahead and go to Lancaster. So back to Issa at work. It's time to get this promotion. It goes to Frida. Issa's like, that's my bitch. Everybody else is kind of like, because remember, everybody else at the job is some damn haters. So they just kind of like, whatever. And Issa looking at them like, nigga, y'all not gonna clap for my bitch? So everybody start clapping. Old boy in the pink is hot, and his little posse go over to like console him or whatever. So Issa talks to her friend, congratulates her, and she like, girl, I'm gonna take you out to go to drinks. She like, now, like, come on. The girl gonna say, oh, can we go to Iwood? Now, I didn't even know that she was supposed to be referring to Inglewood. Is that what the gentrifiers are calling it? Like, there's so many reasons why y'all can't have Inglewood, but that may be the #1 reason. If y'all gonna call that shit Iwood, this is not gonna fucking happen. That made my ears bleed. So now we're at this garage sale with Issa. She gotta sell all her shit because she broke, which I got a question. If Issa is so broke, like I know the rent went up a little bit, right? But if she was taking care of Lawrence for 2 years just by herself, then surely she could live by herself. Like, I don't get it. Either the rent went up like a dumbass amount, or the rent went up a dumbass amount. Because she was taking care, she was already living there by herself when Lawrence wasn't working, basically. Because she was supporting both of them and paying all the bills because he didn't have a job. So I don't understand why it's so hard for her to live by herself now, but gentrification, so I guess I get it. So she's selling all of her shit or whatever. We see Thug Yoda come and try to buy the Brock bot with his daughter, which if she's not gonna live there anymore, does that mean he's not gonna be on the show anymore? Because he wasn't even in this season enough, and that nigga is funny. Then Forehead babe come over here like, you leaving? I was using your Wi-Fi. I hate the way he talks, like he's slow, but he came over there getting on Issa's nerves. It was just a lot going on for her. And then somebody asked to buy the couch, and then it jumps to a new scene, and she just staring at the couch. So let's talk about the symbolism of this damn couch throughout this show. Like, Lawrence bought this new couch, right? And then they had sex on the couch when they broke up, and then like had that little one slip up. Lawrence can't get a new couch. That's what the girl partner was talking to him about. Like, oh, you gonna get a TV and not a couch? Issa can't sell this couch. Like, what's so important about the damn couch? It just means so much to their relationship. The show should be called The Damn Couch. So anyway, that's when she makes that call to Lawrence that he received in the car. Like, hey, I'm about to move. I just thought you should know. And since you were the one that brought this couch, like, you could come get it. I'm gonna be gone. You ain't even gotta see me, my nigga. It's all good. Just come get your couch. We good. Whole time her brother is being annoying as fuck. First of all, I didn't even pick up that her brother was gay until this episode. When he called her a bitch, that's when I knew. Because I'm like, most women ain't about to let no nigga call them a bitch unless they gay. And then he said the thing about like not inviting niggas over unless I could smash them too or whatever. So we figured that out in this episode, or at least I did. Maybe y'all figured that out a long time ago. But anyway, regardless, he being hell of annoying. Like, nigga, I'm going through something. I just sold all of my shit. My nigga done left me again. I keep being me. I can't get my whole face right. I'm broke. I fucked up at work. Like, damn, you think I want to live with you? No, leave me the fuck alone. So my favorite part of the episode, she walks into the apartment. It's already something emotional because, like I said, she's lost everything. Mind you, she's the whole time still on Lyft and on the bus and shit. So she's lost everything. She walk into the apartment and then she see Lawrence cozy ass, old turtleneck cozy ass, just sitting there doing the same thing. And then they just have a very authentic, honest, loving conversation. Issa lets him know that she's moving out because the rent went up, which me personally, I feel like Orange owe her a few racks, or should at least offer to put down the down payment or something at a new apartment, because mind you, she was taking care of them for 2 years by herself. But regardless, he finally owns up to being a bum ass fuck nigga in the best way that he can, and just apologizes to her, and then she apologizes to him for like not stepping up and encouraging him as a man, and for cheating and everything. So it was just beautiful to see them both confess for being awful to each other for the past couple of years and admit that the love is still there. I think something important about that scene was that they were able to confess that they love each other and leave it at that. Like, it wasn't no kissing or none of that other shit, because you can still love somebody but recognize that y'all, it just didn't work out, and y'all gonna have to love each other from afar. I will say she for sure was not feeling me with that proposal fantasy. I knew that as soon as he got down on me, I was like, this is a dream, just like when she be cutting to her rap scenes and shit. That's all this is. I know that didn't happen now. But that scene was really important because a lot of black women have this like fear of not getting married, and that's why a lot of black women hold on to like toxic relationships or live in the past, because they're always thinking about what could have been. Like, fuck, what if that was my only chance to get married was with this nigga and I ruined it, and now that's gonna be it for me. So I know that that's something that we go through as women, and it was important that she touched on that in this episode and saw Issa like really reflecting in that moment of what could possibly never be now, because she hasn't been having any luck with dating except for that Senior Sexy that she just did all wrong and drove away. So then we go to her and Miley, and you know, all season they've been talking about going on a trip somewhere out of country because they both were just going through a bunch. But of course Issa is like dead broke, homeless, no car and shit now. So Miley did the cutest best friend shit ever, and she just brought the vacation to her apartment, so she has everything set up. They in their little garments or whatever. It's really cute. It's refreshing for both of them to just like do a final wind down at the end of the season with everything that's been going on. So Issa leaves there in the morning. She calls her Lyft because she's still, you know, carless and homeless. So I'm like, oh, she about to go to her brother's house or whatever. We gonna see how she living. She knock on the door. Mr. Sexy Man opened the door. She at Daniel's house. Now, why the fuck, girl? First of all, actually, no. I'm not even gonna go off on Issa right now because honestly, if somebody is going to continue to let me use them and be rude to them over and over, then I'm gonna do it too. Daniel, why the fuck do you keep letting Issa back in your life? Issa hasn't been nice to this nigga since like episode 2 of season 1. Like, all she does is use Daniel when she can, go off on him when everything else is not going right in her life, take it all out on him, and then call him when she needs him again. And this nigga answers over and over and over. Why is he letting her stay with her? I don't care if it's for a day, a night, a week. I don't care. No, you can't stay with me. And after that heartfelt moment that you just had with Lawrence, like, if you even have any hopes of just having a healthy friendship with Lawrence, you gotta cut that shit off with Daniel. Like, pick one, Daniel or Lawrence, but both of them cannot coexist in your world. And then we finally end the season with the dumbest smart person on TV, Miley. She dressing up, she all in the mirror, probably playing Beyonce and shit in the background, looking like, oh, I'm finna get right. I'm like, damn, she must be really feeling Quentin because she getting him right on together. Okay, he getting lingerie. There's gotta be only the maybe second, third time that they fuck because we still don't know who's in that bed. Open the door and it's the married man, still here, still no wife. Wife still busy as hell. We still don't know if the fucking open marriage is real. But that's how the season ends, with Miley just being dumb, 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 dumb.